One of my favorite things about filming What I Eat in a Week videos is actually looking back on them and seeing all of the ridiculously delicious vegan food that I got to enjoy in a week. In today's video, I'm sharing with you everything that I ate in a week as a vegan. It was quite a busy social week, but as well as that, we have some super delicious vegan recipe ideas in here as well. By the way, if you're new, hello, I'm Amanda. I've been vegan for over 7 years and I like to share vegan food on the internet. So yeah, let's get into a very delicious week of vegan food. So there are two really exciting things that happened this week. First of all, we're starting the week of food with potato, and that is just like a divine way to start a week in my opinion. But as well as that, we are also starting the week with this little saucepan. I think they call it a milk saucepan that I finally bought because I felt like I had been needing one for so long. And let me tell you, it's a game changer. If you cook for one a lot of the time, this is a staple in your kitchen, in my opinion. Anyway, for breakfast this morning, I decided to make a burrito bowl. I made it on a base of potatoes and black beans, which I fried up in some delicious herbs and spices. Of course, I added in some of this vegan sour cream. This is the Tofudi brand. I really love this product. I don't buy it for myself super often, but I bought it for myself this week. And yeah, I really enjoy having it. You'll see that I'm going to use it a lot this week. And yeah, it was super delicious. I always find with burritos, they are so difficult to roll because I overfill them, but I somehow nailed this and it was a very delicious start to the week. My friend Bonnie loves making this soba noodle salad for us, and today I decided to make a Bonnie inspired soba noodle salad because I was just craving it, and as well as that, it is a really quick and easy lunch to make that is also super fresh. I love soba noodles, so I just mix some of these in a bowl with a peanut dressing sauce, whatever you'd like to call it, and it was really delicious. I also added in some onions and cucumber as well as crushed peanuts, and it was a super fresh and delicious lunch, which was so good. After this, I also was feeling like something sweet. If you're new to my channel, I really like sweets and I really like to eat chocolate basically, and I had earlier in the week before I had made some of these double chocolate cookies. They're based off a cookie from my ebook and they are so delicious, so decadent. So I snacked on the last one of these today. Then on Monday night, I played netball, and so it was quite a late night for me with dinner, but I decided to make my boyfriend and I these satay, tempeh, and tofu skewers. I ended up preferring the tofu ones actually, and so did he. The tempeh ones didn't turn out as well as I had hoped, but I did serve them in a bowl with some rice as well as some green beans and broccoli, put some extra peanut satay sauce on top and some sesame seeds as well. And that was a delicious end to my Monday, which then brings us in to Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, I've got my mini baby saucepan happening again, which we love to see. And I decided to make myself some oatmeal. I've been really embracing oatmeal this winter. It wasn't a food that I used to eat heaps a couple of years ago, but now I just really love it. I really like to keep it nice and simple. I also served it with some peanut butter because I love having peanut butter on top of my oats. I've really had a lot of peanut butter this week. Okay, anyway, peanut butter on top, and then I also had some frozen berries which I had heated up so they'd become nice and soft, and I put these on top as well. Very delicious start to the day, which then leads us into the most iconic lunch, the thing that I'm loving so much at the moment, which is a bagel. I am just obsessed with bagels because there's this bagel shop near me on the Gold Coast and they have really fresh bagels, and so I can eat them as like a sandwich rather than having to toast them. I'm mixing up my toppings all the time, which you probably know from my other videos if you watch them, but yeah, this was a very delicious lunch today. Then for dinner, I just needed something super quick, so I decided to make myself a quesadilla. I was trying to figure out what I felt like for dinner this night, honestly, because sometimes I can get kind of burnt out figuring out what I want to be eating when I'm filming so much food all the time. And then I thought about the fact I had tortillas in the cupboard, I had that vegan sour cream, and I was like, okay, it's time to make a quesadilla. I also had some vegan cheese, which makes it extra delicious, and this was a very great end to a busy Tuesday. Wow, hello. Oh, Eva's having breakfast at the same time as me. That's some wholesome energy. Good morning, happy Wednesday. I just made myself a chickpea egg breakfast muffin, which you may know is one of my favorite breakfasts at the moment. It's so quick, it's so easy, it's so delicious, and yeah, I just love it so very much. Also, I'm gonna link the recipe for this chickpea egg in the description box because you should definitely try it out, and it is over on my website, which is amandadux.com. I host and design my website with Squarespace, who have very kindly sponsored today's video. As you may know, I love Squarespace so very much. I cannot say enough good things about them. They are a really, really great platform to use to host and design your own website. I have hosted, designed, and managed multiple websites using Squarespace, and it's honestly so user-friendly, really easy to add new blog posts, really easy to link your social media accounts, and as well as that, something that I love so much about Squarespace is they make it really easy to sell products or services. So for example, we sell our podcast card game, and we will have other merch coming soon as well via Squarespace. I also sell my ebook via Squarespace, and it's just like honestly the most user-friendly system. I cannot recommend it enough if you are looking to sell your own products or services or start a blog or anything like that. So you can head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and then when you are ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/AmandaDux and use my code, which is AmandaDux, and that gets you 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Okay, I'm gonna eat my breakfast now. Oh, I'm so excited to get into this, and then I'm gonna get into the work day and what we are eating for the rest of this week. So after a great Wednesday of vegan food, we are leading into Thursday, and we're starting with an Amanda Dux classic for breakfast. Of course, I'm having myself an iced cacao, which is my favorite type of drink. The reason I love iced cacao so much is because I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't like the flavor of coffee, and I really like to have like a ritual that I have, and yeah, that's how iced cacao sort of came about. So I really like starting my day with that. And then I also had some avocado and Vegemite on toast, which I know might seem weird to those of you who aren't from Australia, but just trust me, it is really, really delicious. We actually had one of my longest friends, Stacey Lee, visiting us this week, and so on Thursday we went to Movie World, which is a theme park with roller coasters and stuff here on the Gold Coast. It was so much fun. I love going to these type of things with my friends when they visit. It is just like such a nice novelty thing to do. And when we were there, we found some vegan food. Of course, we found hot chips, the vegan staple, and these hot chips were actually so ridiculously good. But as well as that, Cara actually got herself a vegan burger, which is great to see vegan options like that at big theme parks. It's really nice to know that they have options for people who choose to eat vegan. On the way home from Movie World, we of course had to stop in at Flower of Life. This is a fully vegan bakery here on the Gold Coast. They have all of like your childhood classics, in my opinion. You're thinking lamingtons, custard tarts, jam donuts, like all of that kind of stuff they have. It is so good, definitely worth a visit if you're on the Gold Coast. I got myself a cheese and Vegemite scroll as well as a lamington, and then they also threw in a custard donut for me, which was really nice. By the time we got home this afternoon, I was so in the mood for something a little bit more fresh, and my friend Ellen had taught me about this crispy noodle salad, and she'd made it for me when we were traveling last year, and honestly that's all that I was feeling like. So I made this because it was like honestly so simple and so quick to make, and I was pretty tired after a busy day, and as well as that it was really fresh, which is what I feel like my body needed. On Friday morning, my very lovely boyfriend came around and he brought me a vegan cheese and tomato croissant, which was a very delightful start to the day. And then for lunch that day, I made both of us lunch and decided to make some ramen. I'm really trying to expand my horizons with cooking more and just learn more about different styles of cooking, and I really enjoyed making this day. It was so delicious, and I've also found my favorite tofu, which is this puffy tofu that you can get from the Asian supermarket, and yeah, this was just so divine. I also had some chili oil on top because this chili oil is also just like so divine. This was honestly probably one of my favorite meals from the week because it was just so nourishing and so packed full of flavor. So I was kept pretty full from the ramen, but then decided to have a little yogurt as a snack before I went out to the movies. When we went to the movies, I of course got myself popcorn and a vegan ice cream, which was very delicious and ended up being what I had for dinner on Friday. When it came to Saturday morning, I made myself an iced cacao, and then Cara was home and she was also in the mood for an iced cacao, so I made that for her as well. And then for brunch, my friends and I decided to make blats, which are really delicious breakfast sandwiches. Essentially, the stars of the show are the rice paper bacon that I made, which I love making rice paper bacon. It is so delicious, and as well as that, we made this really delicious cheesy sauce to go on there as well. I had one, it was so delicious, I decided to go back and make myself another one, so I had 2 of those, and honestly, I was so ridiculously full after that. It kept me full until we went out for dinner and drinks that night. We went to a vegan bar and restaurant here on the Gold Coast called Hidden Cherub, and they just had like ridiculously good food. We had mozzarella sticks and mac and cheese balls, and we also had loaded fries, and Cara had a vegan chicken burger. It was of course accompanied by cocktails and was a really great way to spend a Saturday night. On Sunday, my friends and I wanted to use up the rest of that cheesy sauce from our blat, so we decided to make some tray bake nachos, which tray bake nachos are one of my favorite meals to make when I'm sharing with friends, and also when I want to impress non-vegan friends. My friends were vegan that I was eating with, but when I want to impress non-vegan friends, I'm like, these loaded nachos should hit the spot, and they honestly did hit the spot. They were so delicious and such a nice way for us to enjoy lunch together. And then on Sunday, I was honestly so exhausted from such a busy week. I had a really early dinner before going to bed. For dinner, I made this couscous pumpkin bowl where I essentially mix couscous, sun-dried tomatoes, and roasted pumpkin together in a bowl. And then I usually make some kind of fresh salad. So for today, I had spinach, red onion, and cucumber. I put those in a bowl together, and then I love having a tahini dressing on top, and also added on some hemp seeds. And yeah, that brought us to the end of a week of vegan food. So I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe got got some new meal ideas that you would like to try out. Thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And you have a beautiful day, and I will see you next week with another video. Bye.